Well, hello again and welcome to session 7 of 3 Minutes with Mo, and this one is all about forgiveness. So I think very often that this session is linked with the previous one that we did on compassion. So if you think about it, if someone has done something to you or said something that is hurtful, it's not always easy to forgive them. Very often we dwell on what they've said or what they've done, going over and over and over it, trying to justify in our mind that this is sort of the right thing to do. But if you consider it, who's benefiting from your lack or my lack of forgiveness, which can eat away at you? It's certainly not you or me. And sometimes those who have hurt us may not even realise what they have done. So what happens here? What do you do? You know, I think you've all heard about the inner critic, that little voice inside our head which keeps talking to us, berating us, telling us how unfair things are. Our inner critic, who can sometimes operate 24 hours a day. So if you're able to show forgiveness through compassion, you may go a long way to silence that inner critic. But how can you show compassion when you are so upset by what has happened? So perhaps here it may be beneficial to think about the other person. Did they really mean what they said? Do they realise what they've done to you? So maybe you also have to think about their inability to communicate effectively with you, and not only with you, but possibly with others. I often think that these things don't happen in isolation, and a pattern of behaviour can emerge towards others in the same way that you have been treated. So I think we have to agree that none of us is perfect, and we have to live to a certain extent with our imperfections. So can you forgive yourself for making a mistake? Can you forgive yourself for making a certain mistake if one is really bothering you? So maybe one of the things here is we have to learn to forgive ourselves before we can forgive others. Perhaps you can remember as a child when your parents forgave you for many of your misdemeanours. And it may be important here to think about the people who care for you or who cared for you and ask what would they have done in this situation in helping us to forgive ourselves. I often ask myself what my mother would have done if somebody says something to hurt me or upsets me. And I generally come to the conclusion that she always forgave me because her love for me was just amazing. And that helps me then in thinking about how I treat others. So once again, many thanks for watching, and we'll leave it for another week and we'll go on to the next session, which is about, are you easily offended? Okay, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and colleagues.